Now let's begin the conversation. The law of defamation reminds us of the thin line between free speech and the responsibility to protect reputation. In a demonstration of the need for this legal balance, a magistrate court in Ado-Ekiti has denied Dele Farotimi bail, contrary to the decision of the Federal High Court Ado-Ekiti. The court also rules that he is to be remanded in custody till the 20th of December. The bail was denied following argument of Police Counsel Samson Oshobu, who claimed the bail application was not properly filed. Farotimi had earlier been arrested by the police in Lagos over his alleged defamation of Afe Babalola in his book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. All right, let's bring the conversation home. Ikeo, what is going on?
These are two different courts. Remember, it was the Magistrate Court that sent him to prison in the first place.
Okay.
So it made sense for them to take him before that same judge.
Yes.
You know, and
seek for bail.
Seek for bail. But the prosecution counsel argued that it was not properly filed. I don't know, maybe there are some procedural errors that are made, you know, and the judge then decided to adjourn ruling on that matter till the 20th of December, which means Farotimi will spend 10 more days.
10 more days.
You know, in prison in Ado-Ekiti. Another thing that happened was the fact that his counsel, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria, leading 19 other lawyers, was made to step down from arguing for bail.
For bail, okay.
Because as a son, he's not supposed to appear before a small court. So he had to step down and let the junior lawyers over the matter. So December 20 is around the corner. I'm sure that this matter is bailable.
Okay.
He has not committed murder, and invariably he will be set free. The matter of bail can be really technical. You know, as the great lawyer Wole Olanipekun told me during a lengthy discussion about 2 days ago, because I like interfacing with lawyers so that I can learn more and more from them. He told me that in law, it is 60% strategy. You may know the law, but it's your strategy that will deliver victory. And he told me, reminded me of what he did during the presidential elections petitions tribunal. He brought only one lawyer, and he brought only one witness. People thought he would bring tons of witnesses. He brought only one witness, and that is the majority leader of the Senate, MOB. Michael was the sole witness. The opposition, I mean what do you call them? The appellants had expected that
they were going to come
so
with
many. But at the end of the day, he got victory. You know, as many often does, because he's clearly one of the best lawyers in our country, without a shadow of a doubt. His achievements speak for him. So, for Afe Babalola to win this matter, the strategy has to be right. You may know law, but if your strategy is wrong, you may have issues procedurally, and you can look at the Abelo today, denied bail and sent to Kuje prison. Again, that has been blamed on the lawyer. That the application for bail was procedurally filed. That was filed even before he was put in custody. And the judge said, come on.
This is wrong.
This is wrong. So, Baba's matter is a very emotive matter, and I can see it has polarized Nigerians thoroughly. This matter has polarized Nigerians thoroughly.
Exactly. There's been all sort of comments.
Yes. Baba has every right to defend his integrity. Look at defamation. If you are a victim, you know how painful it can be. So, we all know that the judiciary is corrupt. We all know that certain things are happening that shouldn't be happening. Farotimi did not say what people had not said before about the judiciary.
Okay.
But the way he went about it, you and I know that to defend those things in court, you need cast iron evidence that this person corrupted the Supreme Court. Can you find
any court for that matter?
Yes. No, because what really angers me is the
Supreme Court. Yes.
That's the apex court in our country. That's the final court.
Yes.
So it's important that people have faith in that final court.
The Court of National
Now,
Courts.
if you said that Afe Babalola compromised the Supreme Court, are you ready? We cast iron evidence that he did that. Did he do it through the court? Did he give them money? With what banking instrument did he use?
Exactly.
Or Ghana must go.
All of it must
whatever.
be.
Or did he take them to Ghana and then Ghana must go back to them in the supermarket? Because we've had that. That happens. Because, you know, if you try to use the banks, alarm will be raised. So people are wiser than. So if you must make some of those allegations in the manner that he has done it, you better have your facts. You better have your facts. And if people know that you are not likely to have facts, you can actually have a good case and still lose. I was a tabloid editor and later a magazine editor for years. I know what I'm talking about. When it comes to libel, I know how many cases we had to fight. It takes even a little mistake. Sometimes when you know that, I can prove this, but something little is missing, you then will reach out to the other side, the other camp, and settle out of court. There are some times when people will tell you that this happened. They will tell you, they will bring the evidence that you need to win.
Iron cast evidence.
They will not come back.
Yes.
I was in that situation. The guy showed me a video clip. He said, well, don't worry, when the case comes up, I will present this. By the time the other people went to beg him, he refused to release the video to me, and I had run the story. Whoa. And they took us to court. So my boss, Ononuga, said, Jide, what is the meaning of this?
Left under the bus. You know?
And here was somebody whose dad was detained illegally. An 84-year-old man. And I needed to help. And you had evidence that I could use to win the case. But because the other side begged you, you refused to release it to me. Then I began to look like a fool for helping someone. I said, can you just do this for me? You know I tried to help. He was not going to listen. So how do I win the libel suit when the primary evidence
was not released?
It was not released to me. So it's all about, people can say what they like. Many of them have not entered the four walls of a court. Some of us are in the biggest court in the land. We've been there to report what's going on there. We've been in the dock, not once, not twice. So we know what it entails. I drove all the way from Lagos to Akwa Ibom to defend a libel suit involving an Attorney General of the state. So the opinions that we share here are products of what we've seen.
Experience, true.
What you've seen as media managers. So it's not...
Okay, Olayinka, let's, with this issue of defamation, freedom of expression, Section 39, there's a thin line. At what point can we say that freedom of expression now turns to defamation?
In fact, as you have said in your intro, there is a very, very
Thin line.
Now, Farotimi is a lawyer. You should know.
Yeah, they are trained to be circumspect. Yes.
Now, I'm on the last pages of the book. I'm reading it.
Oh, okay.
On the few last pages. And throughout the book, well, it could even be said to be just a pamphlet because it's not too big a book. Now, the very first few sentences of the book that I read, I was cringing.
Really?
Talk less of getting towards the end, where the issue raised is. He made so many allegations, so many accusations, judges, lawyers, and so on and so forth. It's only Afe Babalola that are setting him up. There are senior judges, justices even, that he mentioned names. Now, as a reader, or as a book lover, as an editor, and
as an author,
and an author myself, when I looked at it, the first thing, if you were not to be a lawyer, I would not have been worried.
Okay.
But as a lawyer,
who knows?
Who knows? I'm a journalist. I trained as a journalist from first degree up to the last. And I read what is called media law.
Sure.
In media law, I know what it is to put something down on paper. So, how did he get to that point that he put all what is said in writing? And when you look at it, it's also a self-published book. Okay. So obviously, he had no editor, he had no publisher, who will have, if he had been published through a reputable publishing house,
they would have pointed out, you know,
things out and
yes.
Look, but he's the author and the publisher, and I guess the editor himself, because there are even some grammatical errors.
Okay.
But that apart, what he wrote there, as I said, when I read it and I look, I say, is this guy, does he have the iron cast evidence to prove all this? Yes, the book has been made popular. Many will have said, Baba should have just forgotten about the body, his reputation. Because ordinarily, even as a lover of book, if I enter a bookshop and I see that book, I'm not sure I will have bought it. One, because of the cost. Secondly, and I'll just look at it as criminal justice. Well, I'm not a lawyer, but
because of this
case,
you just had to.
I just had to. And reading through it, I looked at it and said, I admire his courage and his language. He writes very fine, good English, but
he speaks well.
How to prove it in court?
It's now the...
When you say, even assuming Afe Babalola is not his son, even if he's an ordinary what do they charge and bail lawyer, and you say that he's corrupted a court, then do you have the iron cast evidence to prove that in court?
Well,
I wish him all the best.
Well, we wish him all the best. All right. Okay, let's move straight to our next conversation.